Welcome to lesson number 8, and the whole point of this lesson is to make sure, as we've said before in a previous lesson, tuning is absolutely vital and that you tune well. And I know that in the beginning it's a bit difficult to tune. Your ear is not really in, you don't have the experience with the guitar. You tune it and you realize that your tuning goes out quite often. Now obviously a lot of that might have to do with your guitar and your nuts and certain things, but sometimes it is literally just the way that you tune. So we're going to go through just quick simple steps to tune. I know this sounds silly, but actually it does help. So you get a couple of different types of tuners. You get these cheap little ones that clip on. They pick up the vibration more than anything else, and they tend to be alright for absolute standard tunings. So that means if you E80 GBE tunings. Some of them are a few cents out, which is, I suppose, not the end of the world, but in the beginning I would suggest from the start to really get a good tuner that really works. Sorry, I forgot to sync myself earlier. So I'm going to stick to standard tuning for this. I need new strings. Anyway, so we're going to use the tuner on one of the pedals I have suggested you get in the beginning or early on, which gives you a looper, gives you beats, and it also gives you a good tuner. And we're going to use that one because we've got it. But really, it's not about the tuner, it's about how you go about tuning. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get this nice and ugly. We're going to write a sign like that. So let's get the tuner on and get going. So there's a couple of ways of tuning. One is to get the E in tune, and then using the 5th fret and the open A. You can tune that way. Let's do that quick. We never did the E. So I'm just going to get it basically in, and then It's alright, just about in. Just wanted to show you that's one method. Now these are kind of like by ear kind of things, where you do the E and then you go down. The other option is to use harmonics. So to me, for my ear there, I feel like I can get it in more accurate that way. So again, you do the E. And then pinch harmonics on the 7th and 7th, on the 5th and 7th. So E on the 5th, A on the 7th. You can hear it slightly out. Do it again, the same E, A, and D. Now you'll notice that you can't do that because you don't have the same harmonic setup when it comes to G and B. So you have to go back to normal style. 4th fret on the B. Okay. But then from B to E again, you can use harmonics. But what I really wanted to show you is this is just 2 different ways. There's a lot more in-depth information of how to do this. This is just a quick show. What I really wanted you to notice is that when I'm tuning, I always go down and then up. I always go down and then bring it back up. I don't go up and down and leave it there. And the reason is you always want to stretch the string at the end. So I'll give you an indication. We'll go out again. Beautiful sound. So let's take the E for example. You can see on the dial we're a bit low. We're on D sharp, we're coming up. Coming up to E now. And I'm gonna leave it on E. There we go. Now if I was high, if I was nearly on E sharp or F, and I went down, I wouldn't leave it there. I would always go past it, go low and then back up. So I'm always end up with a stretched string, never a relaxed string. Okay? That helps quite a lot. Even if I'm on it, happy. So the reason you do that is so that you always end up with loosened and then tightened, and you end with a tight. So if you go a bit too far, okay, and if you come down and you got it just right, don't stop there, go a little bit too low and come back up. This is an ancient trick and it does help with string stability. The other thing you've probably noticed as we're tuning is that it goes like G up and then slowly comes down. There are many different ways to skin this cat. Essentially, your pick attack, as you can see, adds a lot of dynamics, and it first goes sharp and then comes back down. Some say you should tune to your transient. Some say you should tune on what it rings out as. I think that you need to know roughly how you play. If you play really heavy, you need to find a medium between that. The string will always be a little bit in or out depending on how hard you strum. There's nothing really you can do about it. So don't sit there and go, oh, I can't get my string in tune. If I pick it, it's on, you know, E sharp, and by the time it's ringing halfway through, it's like on E, and then, you know, at some point it goes down. You have to just kind of gauge it. There's no right or wrong. It depends on your playing style. If you are frequently hitting it hard, then you should probably tend towards a bit of the higher, the attack side of the tuning. If you're playing more kind of melodic things with easy pickings or nice smooth playing, you can probably stick to when it's ringing. These are just little things to watch out. Different tuners are good at different things. What I mean by that is this tuner here, I've never had any issues with it, not with the bass, not with any guitar, not with low tunings. But some tuners, especially the ones that require audible hearing, you know, the ones that you buy with a little microphone, they need a bit of volume, or they need a bit of oomph from the pickup. So I usually actually put it on my neck pickup for tuning. And I'll be aware that you don't have two strings ringing by accident at the same time, where you do something like... Obviously the one will be dominant and it'll probably pick it up, but you might throw it out a bit. So always make sure you mute the other strings before you pick the next one. Any questions? In the comments below. Thank you very much.